Good morning. Good morning to everyone. I do have a few items to cover with you today. Of course, many of you are familiar with the special populations that's associated with the Perkins 5. There are 9 categories, and that's the individuals with disabilities, economically disadvantaged families, non-traditional fields, single pregnant women, single parents, out of workforce individuals, English learners, homeless individuals, youth who are in or have aged out of foster care, and youth with a parent who is in the armed forces and is on active duty. Sorry about that. And so at the state level, we have to look at this data and that's submitted in PIMS for each of these categories, try to determine if there are any gaps in performance for each of the performance indicators associated with Perkins. And of course, that's something that you have to do at the local level under Perkins 5. And so what we've been doing, we've been developing different resources. We have been working, we continue our work with Penn State Greater Allegheny. Thank you, Lori, Aaron, and Patty for everything you do there. But we've also been working with NC3T, and they've actually developed a number of documents that are focused on all 9 of these special populations categories. And this resource with different strategies should be available to you sometime in the fall. But also take a look at the BCTE resources.com website. There are existing strategies there. In addition to the documents that you can read, NC3T is also providing a number of workshops that are available to you. And let me copy this link and put it in the chat. If you go to this link, oh, where's the chat? Sorry. Okay, I'll figure out the chat later. But anyway, if you go to this link, you'll see that March 28th is a session, Cross-Cutting Strategies to Serve Special Population Students, again, with a focus on those 9 categories. April the 4th is the session, Strategies to Support IEP Students in CTE. April 11th is a session, Strategies to Support Students Facing Economic Challenges. April 25, Preparing Individuals for Non-Traditional Fields. A number of you members from PA, CTE, SP have been working on this work with the NC3T working group. And I just want to say thank you for providing your insight and helping to develop these resources. Also, Cindy Gross wanted me to let you know that the Perkins review team has noticed a marked increase in the number of students being reported in these 9 groups, especially as we look at the comprehensive local needs assessment. And we believe that this is because of your increased awareness of their unique needs. So again, we appreciate everything that you're doing for each of these different categories of students, and in fact, for all of the students. Related to the comprehensive local needs assessment, again, working with NC3T, there are a number of sessions. There's one tomorrow, expanding employer engagement and partnerships in CTE centers, April 20th, recruitment and retention of CTE students, April 27th, serving the emotional educational needs of CTE special population students. Just a reminder, single gender workshops, and again, Cindy Gross would have mentioned this, that the single gender workshops are not permitted under Title IX. And if you have any questions on that, let Cindy know. Cindy has also been working with many of the schools on non-traditional technical assistance project. During 2021, we worked with 32 schools that, because of low non-trad indicator, were required to participate in 5 online sessions. And the sessions were focused on providing equitable learning environments. And some of the topics, if you weren't involved, in some of the topics are social media, technology, strategy, and practice in CTE, understanding students through the lens of special populations and looking at the data for measuring improvement in student outcomes, using college career planning as an opportunity to better inform stakeholders and recruit students to CTE, and next generation practices, what works and why, and then building improvement in our specific classroom schools and understanding the power of empowerment. Each year we submit to USDE a consolidated annual report, what we call the CAR report, and we were able to meet each of our state targets. So that includes the 7 secondary indicators, the graduation rate, reading, language, arts, mathematics, the post-program placement, non-traditional program concentration, the recognized post-secondary credential, which at the secondary level is really the industry credential, and then the technical skill attainment, which is the NOCD NIMS. I don't know if Aaron, Patty, or Lori have mentioned, but the Integrated Learning Conference will be in person this year, November 2, 3, and 4. It'll be held at the Penn Stater. We're looking forward to seeing everyone in person this year. Our request for proposals is out. As I look at the materials that have been developed based on your input and taking a look at the resources on the different websites, you have a lot of best practices to share. So I hope that I encourage you to complete one of these requests for proposals and to share the strategies that you're implementing at your own schools. That way others can take advantage of your knowledge, your skill base, and be able to help their students as well. The CTE theme poster contest, we went out with a message that we are collecting posters. The theme this year is career and technical education, education for life. The posters are due May 6th, and those would go to Penn State Greater Allegheny. Okay. The programs of study during 22-23, we will be revising phase 4. There are only 3 programs in phase 4. That's the communications technology, engineering technology, management information systems. We will also be working on the agriculture general task list. The Ag General is not a program of study, but it is a state developed task list. It's really helpful if you can encourage your teachers in those program areas to participate. There are different opportunities throughout this process. It helps the teachers to understand what the program of study is, how it's developed, how it's relevant to them and to their students. We are also requiring that we have a business, at least one business representative at the table, as well as at least one post-secondary representative. We really need these additional people to be there. If they're not there, we can't move forward with a revision process. A number of you have heard about the new CATs. We're still working with the programmers on the development of the new CATs. There are a few technical glitches yet. It is a very complex system because it has to talk to TIMS, it has to talk to PIMS, and it has to connect to the industry credentials. So there's still programming that has to be addressed. Because we haven't opened in February like we normally do, we are going to have to extend the deadline. Typically, the deadline is May 31st. So we're keeping an eye on when new CATs will go live, and then we will adjust the deadline for the schools to submit either new programs or for high schools, the school districts, to seek reapproval. Act 76 of 2019, I'm not sure if you're aware of this act, but it requires institutions of higher education and public schools, including charter schools, school districts, career and technical centers, to provide PDE with all copies of articulation agreements that you have. So one of the things that PDE is working on is in the new CATS portal, is providing schools with approved programs to be able to submit those articulation agreements into new CATS. Other schools will have to submit them in the Future Ready portal, the comprehensive planning portal. And a number of you may have heard that the K-12 guidance plan, we do have a portal available in the comprehensive planning portal for the K-12 guidance plans to be submitted. We tried to make the submission aligned to the year that we would be coming out to conduct an approved program evaluation. That was proving to be too confusing. So we actually changed the deadlines so that if you have a comprehensive plan in your phase 1, we will ask you to submit your K-12 guidance plan the year after you submit your comprehensive plan. So in the portal, we did list the different deadlines. So phase 1 would be March 31st of 2024. Again, the comprehensive plan would be due March 31st, 2023. So again, the comprehensive guidance plan comes in the year after the comprehensive plan. I hope that made sense. Sorry. Just a reminder, we do continue to work with we offer the career zone. There are a lot of resources on there that you can utilize with your students. We do have the elementary school version called Up the Ladder, and we can encourage you to continue to utilize those resources. And of course, the Pennsylvania Career Education and Work Standards are fully integrated in both Up the Ladder and the Pennsylvania Career Zone. So with that, I'm a little over time. I apologize for that. Are there any questions? Oh, I see the chat. Okay, so I just put into the chat the link to the different NC3T workshops that you may find of interest. I'm looking to see if there are any questions.
I am looking in the chat as well for you. I don't see any questions coming through or any hands raised.
Okay, well, I hope your conference is good, and I'll talk to you later.